It's your guy who is never lying. Sometimes defiant, TPWAY the giant. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for rocking with me, man. Please make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe on your way into this video, man. Of course, we have to talk about yesterday's festivities. Day one of the free agency gates open. Some teams had a great day. Some teams were out on the dance floor, jamming, getting a boogie on. And there were some teams, hint, hint, that had an underwhelming day. Some teams that had a sad day. Some teams you have to get that stick and poke at them and ask them if they still alive. But before we even get into that, man, I don't want to rain on a parade of what it was in totality for the NFL in general. Just as a football fan, period. A lot of interesting things happened. And let's just start by talking about some key things, man, that went down. First, let's start with DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf to the Steelers. I'm not going to lie. That's a good fit for him. Super interesting. You know, when I mentioned these big names of trying to get these guys on the New York Giant roster, you know, I always said, it's a stretch. It's a stretch. And we aren't the only ones trying to be the only one. And boy, that sentiment wasn't more loud than it ever could have been than yesterday. But that is an interesting fit for DK Metcalf. You know, the Steelers are just known for a physical defense, and now it just seems that they are also taking that approach and that theme of things on the offensive side of the ball. When you think of DK, when you think of George Pickens, you know, under Mike Tomlin's leadership, super interesting, man. I know Steelers fans are sitting happy with this one. Definitely can't be mad at it. And then you have Davante Adams to the Rams. Davante Adams, Matt Stafford, Puka Nacua. Dangerous, man. Dangerous. I'm not even going to lie to you, man. As much as I wanted Davante Adams, I can't deny that this is a great fit for him. You know, you got to realize, man, a lot of these dudes, they want to be a part of the postseason. They want to be a part of making a push for that big dance. You don't think when they sitting at home and they watching these teams compete that they don't get that itchy feeling of wanting to be a part of something like that? And the older you get, you realize that there's a time clock. So these dudes ain't got time to play around, man. These dudes is trying to be a part of that same feeling of being in the postseason. And so that's what they're doing here in Los Angeles. That's what Davante is doing here with the Rams, man, trying to make a push forward. Can't blame them. Super interesting move right there, man. Rams fans gotta be happy with that one. Then you got people like J.C. Horn, man, who's getting to the bag. Getting to the bag. Highest paid cornerback in NFL history. Now, I've been somebody who said that I wanted to make a push, man, for J.C. Horn. I'm not going to lie, he's a dog. But am I willing to pay this right here? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Injury history is a little too healthy for me to pay this. Nah, I'm good on that. But shout out to JC for getting the bag. I talked to my twin brother who is a Panther fan, and he's not mad at the move. He's just glad that they secured him. So, hey, Panther fans, look, if you like it, I love it. A little too rich for my blood. But you guys also had a decent day yesterday too, so shout out to y'all. Then you have Jalen Moore to the Chiefs. It's going to protect the blind side, man, of Patrick Mahomes. I'm pretty sure that this was the first line of business, especially after the embarrassing loss versus the Eagles. You got to get Patrick Mahomes some type of protection. Now, the Chiefs, you just think about the Chiefs, man. Their job is not really complicated at all. It's more calculated than anything, but definitely not complicated. When you think of Chiefs, you automatically think of for a team that's going to make a push for it. So now you just got to be selected on the moves that you make, man. This is just a good pickup. Simple as that. Sam Darnold to the Seahawks. One by one, man, every time a quarterback is picked up somewhere, you know, because the New York Giants, it feels like we're getting the leftovers. Every quarterback that goes somewhere means something. It's kind of like a game of spades, man. It's like you're not going to know what's in each person's hand at the table. But every card that they throw down, you're starting to know more and more on the trajectory of where you're going or how the game is going to be played. So Sam Darnold, man, he made a name for himself, and now it's his team over there with the Seahawks. So very interesting pickup. We'll see what he does there. Charvarius Ward is also headed to the Seahawks. I was a little worried for the Seahawks for a minute, man, because they was doing a lot of giving. They weren't really getting, but this is a good pickup, man. Giant fans definitely wanted a Charvarius Ward. But I think yesterday kind of showed and told that some of these guys was a little too rich for our blood, but we'll get into that. That defense isn't too far off anyway. So, I mean, just a good pickup for the Seattle Seahawk fans. I know they not complaining about that. Justin Fields to the Jets, another quarterback who's made his move. I've seen the videos of him in Dubai celebrating this transition that he'll be making to New York. This will be interesting. I mean, look, man, a few quarterbacks have tried over there with the Jets, and not any of them really made it work. But this is his team, though. He doesn't have to worry about the pressures of somebody like a Russell Wilson. This is his team. So now it's just up to him to go and show and prove and make a name for himself. So shout out to Justin Fields. Now this is the shit that pissed me off right here, man. Somebody, come on, man. Come on, somebody please tell me how this happened. Laramie Tunsil to the Washington Commanders. And these are the picks that you see on the screen that they made. What is going on, man? I guess this is what happens when you have a respected organization and team, I guess. I guess things just fall on your lap this way. But Giant fans, this is what we're going to have to deal with, man. This is what we're going to have to deal with. It's spooky season, man, for the NFC East. I'm not even going to lie to you. The Washington Commanders, when it comes to our division, they've been whooping ass thus far in the offseason. They've been making all the right moves. All the right moves so far. Dangerous moves at that. Man, it is spooky season. And then last, but finally not least, man, you got Najee Harris going to the Chargers, which I didn't even think of this connection here, but this is super interesting in itself. I think this is also a good fit. Najee Harris teaming up with Coach Harbaugh. You know he likes to, implement that run game. This is fitting. I can see this. So that is that on that, man. As far as the league is concerned, now we got to get to home business, man. We got to talk about the team that, fortunately, that I love so much. The team that I love so much that is bringing me so much damn pain. I don't care what any of y'all say, man. As far as day one is concerned, man, yesterday was super underwhelming. Now, it wasn't as bad as a lot of people try to make it seem, but we're not gonna sit here and act like bullshit was gold. Nah, man. Yeah, for day one, it was underwhelming, man. And the most underwhelming part about it all is that you really got to see the full picture of how the league looks at the New York Football Giants and Joe Schoen. Now, I've noticed a lot of you Giant fans, man, a lot of you Giant fans that were so loud, that was so adamant on bringing Joe Schoen back, are starting to understand the full effect of bringing him back. And you trying to jump ship. No, man. No, you wanted him back, so he's here. Stay in the car. Don't unbuckle your seatbelt now. It's time to ride now. This league, man, this league doesn't respect us. These big names that we was calling out, it's like we didn't even stand a chance. We didn't even stand a chance. So when you do the things, man, and now and as more as time goes on, man, and I don't want to keep talking about old news, man, but it is so prevalent to this moment. But damn, man, Hard Knocks had to been the worst shit that we could have possibly done. It literally did nothing good for us. Not a thing. Because I feel like Hard Knocks, all it did was illustrate to the league on how pitiful this shit really is over here. So now it's going to be super interesting to see how this quarterback situation pans out. Y'all was yelling out Aaron Rodgers this, Aaron Rodgers that, who I was never even that gun hold on Aaron Rodgers to begin with. But for those who have been, yeah, look, y'all better, I don't know what y'all been hearing, where you began your reports from. But it might not even be that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't have any inside sources, but I've been hearing that Aaron Rodgers ain't thinking about no damn Giants. If anything, that's the very last resort for Aaron Rodgers. And quiet as kept, that's the last resort for a lot of people. But again, there were some things, man, that were positive, and there were some things that we can't build off. Thank God it was just day one, because things can happen from here. We're not like super dead in the water off of just the first day of free agency. I've seen a lot of people acting like that, and that's just not the case. Let's start here, man, with Paulson Adebo. Now this was a good pickup, man. I'm not even going to hold you. This was solid. Another man-to-man guy. But what Deonte Banks isn't is what he is. This is somebody who knows how to play the ball. Somebody who is a ball hawk. I mean, listen, y'all. This dude leads the NFL in forced incompletions over the past 2 seasons. 10 interceptions in his career, 43 pass breakups, only 2 TDs surrendered over the last 2 seasons. This is an aggressive corner right here, man. This is a man corner, but he could also play zone. Don't get it twisted. And for somebody who struggled, for a team that struggled with getting interceptions last season, this is a good sign, man. This is a good pickup. And I like this one right here. I do. I really do. And I feel like this is maybe the most underrated pickup that we've seen all yesterday. So, hey man, shout out to us for that. But let's get into this one. Darius Slayton, he's back. All you Giant fans, man, that had anything negative to say about Mr. Giant, your word is sounding really uncredible, man. I don't know how you are not happy about getting Darius Slayton for a 3-year, $36 million deal, man. Darius Slayton, to me, is a prime example of what a wide receiver number 2 should look like. He is a true Giant. He is a loyal Giant. And in a better situation, with better design plays, with better quarterback play, he can really do some damage, and he can really tap into something that, quite frankly, we haven't even got to the surface yet. We haven't even really seen just yet. And it's funny because New York Giants don't understand what we have in Darius Slayton. But for those who know, I'm talking about for those who are outside of this fan base, who come and talk to me and understand, yo, Darius Slayton, he's like that. So it's to the point now, man, I'm happy that the man is back. Man, because for real, look, he deserves better. He does, man. Darius Slayton jersey coming soon, man. This made me smile right here, man. I'm glad that Darius Slayton is back, and we got some unfinished business, man. Let's get the ball in his hand, straight up. Straight up. Now, here's where it goes downhill for me, man. We pick up James Hudson, which is just an underwhelming depth piece, man. I'll keep it real to you. He had struggles at right tackle and at left tackle, mainly in pass protection. And for me, man, if we're going to get a depth piece, let's get a solid depth piece. Let's get a real depth piece, man. We don't need another Joshua Azudu. We don't need another Evan Neal. We don't need somebody. And y'all haven't shown me that y'all have the abilities to teach, to grow with somebody, to take them to a next level. So no, I don't feel good about getting a James Hudson. This is not a depth piece that I feel like is conducive for us, that makes us better. So that is why this day one has been a little underwhelming, man. Because you're getting guys like Roy Robinson Harris. Played a little DE, but primarily as a defensive tackle. Not excited as a pass rusher. Maybe better at run defense, but another just underwhelming depth piece for me, man. I'm sorry. This isn't going to cut it. This isn't going to cut it. And I'm watching these teams out there that is already better, that is already proven, getting better. And we doing moves like this, man. It's just, I'm not sold. I'm not excited. Not at all. So I'm not one of those guys who's going to act like it's the worst thing in the world, who's going to overreact. It's just day one. I get it. But in the same breath and same time, these moves like this is not it. It's not exciting nobody. It's not moving the needle at all. It's not putting you in a position to compete with these teams that is whooping our ass right now. It's not doing none of that. Chris Board. Same theme of things, man. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Hell of a special teamer. Hell of a special teamer. But shit, I mean, come on, man. Come on. Am I supposed to be excited for a special teamer? Come on, man. No, sir. No, sir. And then I will say this. late last night. This is what I mean by a solid depth piece, man. This is what I mean. Chauncey Golston from the Dallas Cowboys. Solid pass rusher. Had 5.5 sacks last season. Sheds off blocks pretty well. This is a solid depth piece. This is what I like to see right here. This puts you on that trajectory of where you want to see your team go. I like moves like this. I don't know what that other shit is. I ain't excited with that other shit. I'm gonna be real with you. But this was a good move right here. So again, you know, a lot of people were acting like it was just so horrible yesterday. It was such the end of the world. Nah, man, that's not the case, man. Relax. Relax. There's still some moves that can be made that could be solid. Solid. But if I had to give a grade, a day one grade, I'll give us a C+. I'll give us a C+. I need people to also understand, man, everything that glitters ain't gold. I know a lot of people has just been looking at names and has been getting distracted watching other teams get on these names, these big names. But understand this, man. We need people that fit what we have going on over here. We need people that are going to make us better as a collective. And a big name isn't always going to do that for us. So for all of y'all that can't look past that, who is just looking for the name, you got the game all twisted and tangled, man. You do. So that is that on that, man. That's just the day one of things. I'm pretty sure as I even drop this, I know more moves is going to be made. But yeah, we in that time, man. We are in that time. Any and every Giant fan, man, that is tuned into this, make sure that you like, make sure that you comment, and most importantly, make sure that you subscribe, you subscribe. Giant salute to each and every one of you, man. I am going to be tuned in and locked in since day 2. Only time will tell. Until next time. Peace.
TPWAY the Giant here.